Jey Uso returns, Paul Heyman is kicked out of the Bloodline, Tiffany Stratton signs major deal outside WWE, is Bron Breakker the next Brock Lesnar or Goldberg? Mandy Rose opens up about her final WWE main roster run, Vince McMahon's unbelievable reaction to Randy Orton's serious request, Liv Morgan gets a bodyguard to protect her from Rhea Ripley, Cody Rhodes was seconds away from turning heel on WWE Smackdown, Jey Uso is training his son Jeyce for WWE, Jey Uso sends a message on behalf of the Bloodline. Let's jump right in. Tiffany Stratton signs major deal outside WWE. The WWE Universe generally views Tiffany Stratton as one of the fastest rising superstars of the new era. The SmackDown star is working to cement her legacy at the top, and her latest blockbuster move is a significant step in that direction. The blockbuster blonde joined World Wrestling Entertainment in August 2021 with almost no real pro wrestling experience, but her parents did hire the legendary Greg Gagne to train her as they wanted her to become a wrestler. Gagne not only secured her WWE tryout, he also sent her to train at Ken Anderson's school. Stratton made her in-ring debut in November 2021, and within 2 years, she was the NXT Women's Champion. Stratton has expressed at least some interest in non-wrestling entertainment work in the past, but she's been adamant about mastering her current profession before anything. However, The Hollywood Reporter has revealed that the 25-year-old just made a massive move outside of WWE, as she has signed with Paradigm Talent Agency. Damian Priest signed with the same award-winning full-service entertainment agency following WrestleMania XL. Paradigm will represent Stratton in all areas, as they do with the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion. The Buff Barbie is now open to various entertainment projects. Paradigm is working to build Stratton's business across brand partnerships, acting, books, graphic novels, and speaking engagements, among other gigs. Paradigm hopes Stratton's stock will continue to rise as pro wrestling is set for even bigger exposure when WWE's $5 billion 10-year deal with Netflix begins in January. Agency officials are also hoping to model Stratton's career on trajectories we've seen with The Rock, Batista, and John Cena. Is Bron Breakker the next Brock Lesnar or Goldberg? A particular WWE superstar's booking has made him come across as much weaker than he is, according to a veteran. The superstar has previously been compared to Brock Lesnar as well, which makes the booking even more confusing. The superstar in question, Bron Breakker, recently squared off against Ricochet in a singles match. While Bron's physique and speed should have been enough to overpower Ricochet in seconds, the match went on for quite some time. In the end, Bron was able to take the win after getting the upper hand. Bill Apter recently had his say on the booking of the star. Speaking on Sportskeeda's Unscripted, legendary journalist Bill Apter expressed his infuriation with Bron's WWE booking. He stated that he wants Breakker to be the current incarnation of Goldberg. You know, I don't get angry a lot. I wanted Rick Steiner's son, Bron Breakker, to be the current incarnation of a Goldberg. You can't knock this guy down. This guy is Mike Tyson, the one-punch spear. So we got him against Ricochet, an injured Ricochet on Monday Night Raw. Injured, got bandages on, band-aids and all. Injured, and the match lasted about 10 minutes with a commercial. Bron Breakker should have gone in, looked at him, boom, spear, 1, 2, 3, Goldberg finish. Bron Breakker was getting killed for a lot of that. As of now, only time will tell how WWE plans to handle Bron Breakker going forward. Mandy Rose opens up about her final WWE main roster run. WWE abruptly released Mandy Rose when she was on the road to becoming the longest-reigning NXT Women's Champion in the company's history. Recently, she spoke about her move to the developmental brand and revealed that she wasn't happy with her final main roster run. During the Thunderdome era, Mandy Rose teamed up with Dana Brooke on Monday Night Raw. Unfortunately, Rose and Brooke went nowhere as a tag team on WWE's main roster. Before. The Golden Goddess was sent to the then Black and Gold brand after WrestleMania 37. However, the move revived Mandy Rose's career in the promotion before her eventual release. During an appearance on the Heated Shenanigans podcast, Mandy Rose spoke about her move to NXT and revealed she wasn't extremely happy with her main roster run. It was called to my attention that I was going to go back to NXT. Didn't really have many reasons. I just took it as a challenge. I didn't take it as a demotion. I took it as an opportunity to be able to showcase myself and get a fresh coat of paint. I was kinda in a place where I wasn't extremely happy with what was going on with me on TV and where I was at. I felt like I had more potential, and I had more to show to the WWE and NXT universe. I felt it was really a great time to do that, said Rose. Mandy Rose got her break on WWE's main roster alongside Sonya Deville. The two became a tag team before the company introduced the Women's Tag Team Championship. Unfortunately, Fire and Desire never won the gold, and eventually split up when the Golden Goddess started a romantic storyline with Otis. Speaking to Chris Van Vliet on Insight, Sonya Deville talked about their renowned rivalry on the brand. It was real. A lot of it was real. We're best friends. We're like sisters. We love like sisters. We fight like sisters. And so much of it was that I felt that Mandy had gotten opportunities in the ring. It's because she had a certain look and I didn't have that. The two had a loser leaves WWE match at SummerSlam 2020, which Rose won. Vince McMahon's unbelievable reaction to Randy Orton's serious request. Vince McMahon has had the pleasure of working with many wrestlers, and he has a mutual respect for a fair few of them, including Randy Orton. The Viper made his debut under the leadership of Vince McMahon and earned the latter's respect through his stellar work. However, there was a time when Randy made a serious request to him, but received an unbelievable reaction. At the age of 44, Randy Orton is no spring chicken. He has had his fair share of bumps and bruises, and there have been stretches in his 24-year career when he has not stepped into the ring. The Viper has struggled with back issues during the past decade, and nearly 9 years ago, he requested then-chairman Vince McMahon for a relaxed schedule. In response, McMahon told him that Mother Nature gets us all. Speaking to Sportskeeda Wrestling's senior editor Bill Apter, Randy Orton revealed that McMahon shot down his request for a break and told him, "I need you on those shows." I came to him, Vince McMahon, when I was 35, and my back really started going, and I pleaded with him like, "Man, I gotta not do as many shows. Maybe do half the tour and be able to recover." And he just looked at me and was like, "I need you on those shows, Randy. Mother Nature gets us all," Randy revealed. While Randy Orton does have a lot of respect for Vince McMahon, he was happy to be entering the new era without him. In the same interview with Bill Apter, the Viper gave his thoughts on the new era led by Triple H and what life was like without the former WWE chairman. The Apex Predator stated that he was grateful for all the opportunities he was handed, but it was nice having Mr. McMahon out of the hot seat. The former WWE champion also heaped high praise on Chief Content Officer and former rival Triple H for running things smoothly. Additionally, Randy praised the work of WWE President Nick Khan. Meanwhile, Randy suffered an unfortunate defeat at the hands of Gunther in the final of the 2024 King of the Ring tournament. It will be interesting to see if the Viper confronts the ring general in the coming weeks. Liv Morgan gets a bodyguard to protect her from Rhea Ripley. A WWE legend suggests Liv Morgan should get a new bodyguard to protect herself from Rhea Ripley after she kissed Dominic Mysterio on Raw. The legend being referred to is Bully Ray. On last week's edition of Monday Night Raw, Liv Morgan locked horns with Becky Lynch in a steel cage match. During the last stages of the bout, it looked like Lynch was going to claim back the WWE Women's World Championship. However, the match ended in Morgan's favor after a mistake from Dominic Mysterio. Following the bout, Liv Morgan kissed Dominic Mysterio, and it looked like the latter resisted her. The 29-year-old continued to persuade Dirty Dom on this week's Raw, but she was stopped by his Judgment Day teammate Finn Balor. During a recent edition of the Busted Open podcast, Bully Ray suggested that WWE needed to introduce another character in the Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio storyline who could protect Morgan as a bodyguard when Rhea Ripley comes back to television. They need to introduce somebody new into the equation as this story goes on. Now, who that person is, I don't know, but Liv Morgan, at the very last second, has to throw a massive roadblock in front of Rhea Ripley, i.e. a bodyguard. Here comes Rhea, and everybody's going crazy. Rhea is going to get her hands on Liv, and then all of a sudden, she's got to hit the brakes, because somebody's standing there that Rhea just can't get to Liv. Now Rhea has to overcome that bodyguard-esque character, and then eventually get to Liv. You layer this up and it's going to tell a great story, he said. During an edition of the Not Sam Wrestling podcast, WWE personality Sam Roberts said that fans might get to see Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan in a custody of Dominic Mysterio match at SummerSlam. If Rhea Ripley is back before SummerSlam, and it can lead to a SummerSlam match like maybe after Money in the Bank, maybe Dominic Mysterio sides with sick Liv Morgan at Money in the Bank. That's when Rhea Ripley comes back. The Judgment Day boots out Dominic. Dominic is with Liv Morgan. Now it's Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley in some kind of Dominic on a pole match, Roberts said. Cody Rhodes was seconds away from turning heel on WWE Smackdown. While Cody Rhodes is arguably the most beloved babyface in WWE at the moment, a veteran believes he was really close to turning heel on SmackDown. The veteran in question, Bill Apter, also admitted that it would be unlikely at this point. Cody Rhodes was recently called to the ring by AJ Styles, who seemed to be teasing his retirement. However, this turned out to be a ruse, as he attacked Rhodes almost immediately to lay him out. While this seems to hint at a showdown between them at WWE Clash at the Castle, it is yet to be seen how the American Nightmare will handle the situation. Speaking on Sportskeeda's Unscripted, Bill Apter stated that he was expecting Cody to turn heel and attack AJ instead. Now I thought there was a heel turn coming last week, when AJ Styles did the whole retirement thing, and Cody kept holding AJ's arms up and having people cheer. I was waiting for the unexpected. I was waiting, and his merchandise would have gone in the toilet, but I was waiting for Cody to clothesline AJ Styles. I've talked to people, and they say everybody was others thinking the same thing. As of now, it remains to be seen whether AJ Styles will be the one to break Cody Rhodes for the first time since the latter's win over Roman Reigns in WWE. Jey Uso is training his son Jeyce for WWE. Jey Uso spent quality time with his youngest son, Jeyce, following his vow on WWE Raw. The proud father put on some mitts to give his son boxing lessons. Jeyce has been one of main event Jey's inspirations. The former tag team champion promised on Monday Night on Raw that he'd win the 2024 Money in the Bank briefcase. If he becomes Mr. MITB, his chances of winning his first singles title increase. In a video shared by Jey Uso on his Instagram stories, he can be seen letting his son hit the mitts. From straights to hooks, uppercuts, and combinations, the young member of the Anoa'i family has fast hands. The 38-year-old star has been spending a lot of quality time with his son over the past few months. Jeyce was backstage at WrestleMania XL when his father took on his uncle Jimmy Uso in a one-on-one match. He was even at a WWE Live event last month in Chattanooga, Tennessee. In an exclusive interview with the WWE, after his match with Jimmy Uso at WrestleMania XL, Jey was going through all the emotions possible. Uso was pleased that his son Jeyce was in Philadelphia to watch him wrestle. I needed him with me. I was just so happy he was with me. He got to see me and his uncle go out there and do what we do. That's all, man. Out of all of this, that was the best experience I had, cause everybody see all this, but it ain't even about that. I'm trying to spend time my family. I put smiles on so many other kids, I don't even get to see my own that much. I'm so happy. It gotta work out where he is with me, Jey said. Jey Uso and his wife, Takesha Travis, have 2 sons, Josiah and Jeyce. The latter has been seen regularly on social media over the former, who maintains a low profile on social media. Jey Uso sends a message on behalf of the Bloodline. Jey Uso is a real-life member of the Bloodline, Anoa'i family. On social media, he sent a message on behalf of his family, despite not being on the same page with them on WWE TV. Uso is a former member of the Bloodline faction. In 2023, he and Jimmy quit the faction, leading to a civil war against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Later that year, Jey was betrayed by his twin before he eventually jumped ship to Monday Night Raw. Taking to his Instagram story, Jey shared a message on behalf of his family, stating that his family deserves its flowers while still being associated with the business. Give my family our flowers while we still in the game, not when we leave it. Blood drop and blue heart emojis. 50 pies flowers. And counting, wrote Jey. Following the addition of The Rock to the Bloodline, Jey Uso sent a message on behalf of the faction, teasing more members. Speaking on the Battleground podcast, Jey stated that despite the animosity between him and his brothers, he considers the Bloodline his family. Man, come. We family at the end of the day, Jey Uso said. Come. Some of your worst enemies might be in your family, but at the end of the day, we all still a family. So if you out there, I ain't gonna name drop, but if y'all out there, I like all of our family being here. But at the end of the day, I feel like if we all come to the big leagues, WWE, it's mind-blowing what could happen, he said. On this week's Monday Night Raw, Jey revealed his intentions of winning the Money in the Bank ladder match and earning another shot at a world championship. Let's look at the rumored near future of the Bloodline. The Bloodline is set to cost Jey Uso the Money in the Bank contract. Jey Uso parted ways with the heel faction last summer, but his family could not accept his decision and continued causing problems for him. After his win against Jimmy Uso at WrestleMania XL, Jey is now aiming to win the 2024 Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Solo Sikoa, however, may not want his brother to succeed, which is why he and his men may show up during the match in Canada next month to assault the ladder. This potential angle would plant the seeds for the potential reunion of the Usos in the future, which in turn could also lead to the highly anticipated Bloodline Civil War at Survivor Series War Games 2024. Jacob Fatu debuts during the Bloodline's next premium live event match. The Bloodline did not have a match at King and Queen of the Ring, so the group is likely to get a spot on the Clash at the Castle or Money in the Bank 2024 match card. As the group is currently at odds with Kevin Owens, the prize fighter will probably be involved in the match as well. One possible match that fans could witness at the Clash at the Castle or Money in the Bank is the Bloodline versus Kevin Owens and the Street Profits. WWE delayed the rumored debut of Jacob Fatu, who was seemingly supposed to show up in the company soon after WrestleMania. The Bloodline always requires backup during its matches, so Solo Sikoa may finally ask Fatu to help them get the upper hand over Owens and Street Profits. Fatu's potential debut will also be a bigger surprise now than it would have been after WrestleMania, as the expected date for his arrival was leaked back in April 2024. Jimmy Uso returns but is conflicted about his future with the Samoan group. Jimmy Uso suffered a loss against his twin brother, Jey Uso, at WrestleMania XL, which led to Solo Sikoa kicking him out of the Bloodline after ordering Tama Tonga to punish him. Fans are expecting Jimmy to come for payback against Sikoa and his men, but he may not be sure about it. Jimmy was injured by Roman Reigns last year, but he still sided with him and betrayed Jey at SummerSlam. He may do the same with his younger brother and forgive him. But the way things are going, the more likely possibility would see the 9-time tag team champion returning as a babyface to reunite with Jey. Paul Heyman is kicked out of the Bloodline. Paul Heyman has lost all of his authority since Roman Reigns went on hiatus. The special counsel to the former undisputed WWE champion was the one running things when his tribal chief used to be absent. However, things have changed since Reigns lost to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania XL. Solo Sikoa has been making all the decisions on behalf of the stable, and most of his choices are not even favored by Heyman. The WWE Hall of Famer has been struggling to keep Sikoa in control, with Heyman questioning every decision of Sikoa and asking his rivals like Kevin Owens to avoid the Bloodline. The time when he is kicked out of the group may not be far away. The faction could unleash an assault on Heyman in the build-up to SummerSlam and kick him out of the group, ultimately leading to Roman Reigns' return.